Hi, today I'm reviewing the Glossier Futuredew Oil Serum Hybrid. And really quick, I just want to say, purchase all these products with my own money. I'll never waste your time with sponsored ads or videos. So if you want to help support the channel, check out nobsbeauty.com, check out my Patreon community, or click on the Amazon link below. Okay, so this is a newer product from Glossier. Came out, I don't know, a couple months ago. And I finally had a chance to give it a good try, so I thought I would give you guys my thoughts on it. And they call this an instant dewy glow that lasts. A shortcut to the way your skin looks after a full skincare routine. Dewy, glowing, cared for in one long-wearing product. And I agree with some of those thoughts. So anyway, let me get to my first criteria, which is packaging. And I like the packaging for it. Actually, it stands out on your cabinet, so you can always find it. And anyway, it's a nice thick glass bottle with a pump on it, which I love a pump bottle. I wish anything that came in a dropper bottle, I wish was packaged like this. That would be so much better. But anyway, they've done a good job with the packaging. Convenient for daily use. Not super travel friendly, though. So keep that one in mind, because it's heavy. In terms of my second criteria, which is denatured alcohol, there are no forms of drying or denatured types of alcohol. So that's always a good thing, especially if you have dry or sensitive skin. Then in terms of my third criteria, which is fragrance, and this is the one letdown of the product, is that it does contain one fragrance ingredient, which is rosemary leaf oil. And it's probably an ingredient you're used to seeing in a lot of products, and it's usually rosemary extract. The extract from rosemary can be a good antioxidant. However, the oil tends to have an herbal scent to it, which can be sensitizing for some people, especially those with sensitive or dry type skin. So thankfully, the scent is very light and it dissipates almost immediately. It has kind of a herbal scent. I don't know if you use rosemary in any of your cooking. You notice it has kind of a scent to it. Thankfully, it does dissipate. But it would have been probably a little bit better without that. Or maybe they could have just used the extract instead of the oil. Anyway. On to my fourth criteria, which is manufacturing location. This is made in the U.S., so no issues with that. Ease of use. So I recommend using this in your morning routine and not in your evening routine. It's more of a skincare makeup combination product, but because of some of the pigments it contains, I don't recommend using it in the evening. So very easy to use in your morning routine. After cleansing, toning, and essences, I would recommend applying this. If you have a normal serum that you use, you can probably use this. After that, I typically use the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Hydrating Serum. So I'll cleanse, tone, use an essence, then that serum, and then I'll use this one. And typically then I'll use this in place of my normal moisturizer because it does have a nice moisturizing property. If you can see my hand, it really does give your skin a nice hydrated glow. So they do recommend, Glossier does, if you have drier skin, you can apply their Super Bounce Serum and then this one after that. And then after you apply this, I give it a few seconds to soak in and then apply your sunscreen. Don't apply your sunscreen before this because that dilutes the effectiveness of your sunscreen. And then you can apply your foundation after that. So plays well with other products. Does give skin a nice glow. It's not too overwhelming, but if you use a very full coverage foundation over this, most of the glow gets covered up and kind of goes away. But if you use a really light coverage foundation, then you kind of still get some of the glow poking through. So very nice. So definitely don't use it in your evening routine, but in your morning routine, it does a pretty good job. So anyway, you can also apply this specifically to areas you want to highlight after your foundation. So like your cheekbones, you could apply a couple dots of it and blend it in, and then it kind of gives you a nice highlight as well. So very easy to use. No issues with that. On to my sixth criteria, which is antioxidants and beneficial ingredients. So we've got mostly oils in here. We've got Squalane, which is a really good antioxidant and also does some nice hydration for your skin. We've got jojoba seed oil, which is a very good hydrating emollient ingredient. Evening Primrose oil, which is a plant with fatty acids, which provide nice hydration and skin soothing benefits. Olive oil, olive oil polyglycerol 6 esters, which is a good hydrating ingredient. Then we've got grapeseed oil, rosehip oil, sodium hyaluronate, vitamin E, castor seed oil, and then Evodia Rutaecarpa, which is an Asian berry fruit, which has anti-inflammatory effects on skin and also has some nice skin soothing properties, which was an ingredient I wasn't very familiar with. So they've done a nice job. It's not a super long ingredient list, but overall they've done a good job including a lot of nice hydrating oils. So certainly more geared towards those with drier type skin, but if you have oily skin, can certainly use this as long as you probably don't want to use another moisturizer or another serum before it. So then in terms of animal testing, this product is cruelty-free as well as vegan. So they've done a very nice job with that. Performance. So like I mentioned before, it certainly is geared towards those with drier skin. Also a bit more geared towards those with non-acne prone skin. Those with very oily skin might find it to be a bit too emollient and sometimes has a tendency to break up foundation that's applied over it, especially if you use more hydrating ingredients before this serum, so keep that in mind. So I found that it works best on days when my skin is a bit drier than normal, and certainly better used with a sunscreen that's not super emollient or hydrating. It does contain a few acneogenic ingredients, such as the Squalane, the polyglycerol 3 polyricinoleate, which is fungal acne trigger, jojoba seed oil, evening primrose oil, rosehip oil, castor seed oil, and castor oil. So quite a few. Seems like a lot of oils in there. So keep that one in mind. In terms of the price, so this is the full size, which is 1 ounce or 30 milliliters, and it retails for about $24. So pretty affordable for the most part, especially if you can make this work as a serum as well as a primer kind of combination. Kind of eliminate one step, so certainly affordable, especially for being cruelty-free. Then in terms of the it factor, great serum for hydration, brightening skin. For the most part, it works well before sunscreens, as long as they're not super hydrating type sunscreens. It does contain several ingredients, which has a potential to cause breakouts. Also contains several pigment ingredients, so using this in the evening routine is not recommended. They would have left out the rosemary oil. It would have been a good recommendation for those with sensitive skin, but because it does have a touch of fragrance, not the best for those with very, very sensitive skin. Although it's very affordable and cruelty-free, which is also a nice benefit. So overall, on my Cera Score scale, this got an 8 out of 10, which is still pretty darn good, especially if you are looking for a nice hydrating serum primer. If they would have included sunscreen in this, it kind of could have been a 3 for 1. But overall, still really like it. Very happy with it. So anyway, I'm interested if you guys have had a chance to check it out or try it and what your thoughts are. Or if you have a favorite product from the brand, what is it and what do you like about it? So leave a comment. I love hearing from you guys. Stay tuned for more tomorrow.